Good afternoon and welcome to our post-game women's basketball press conference. We will start the press conference with an opening statement from head coach Amy Wright. Then we'll open it up to questions for coach along with player Jacoya Jones-Brown.
Yeah, I mean, what a hard-fought game. You know, these are how it's going to be early, in the season. We're kind of playing teams that are our caliber, that they're on the road and they want to win. They lost their first one, so they want to come in and they're determined in their fight. You could tell how they came out. They came out trapping and, trying to force turnovers. So, it was a great win for us in terms of showing our grit, showing, towards the end our composure. Where there were a lot of moments of adversity, whether it was different fouls called, whether it was different, shots just not falling or them hitting shots. So I think we did a great job keeping our composure. To me, the difference in the game is rebounding, even though it was 46-49 us. All that translates into paint touches, which a lot of those for us were rebounds, and then second chance points for them, which was 21. So, but I'm getting to learn my team, and man, they like to fight. They love each other. They play for each other. So it was really fun to watch it come down to the end. And I finally almost burned all my timeouts in a game. So just really happy, for obviously they're learning to play with each other, and I'm learning to coach them the best that I can.
Questions?
Okay, Coach Wright, great win. Like you just said, like those last 4 minutes were very chaotic. So with that being said, so how do you keep the composure for yourself and also for your team so, you don't get as chaotic, while you're playing the game?
Yeah, fortunately, I've been doing this for 20 plus years. So it's not a lot I haven't seen or been a part of. I think, when I was at Texas A&M, we were part of the NCAA tournament video showing what not to do at the end of the game in terms of letting kids run on the court. So there's a lot that I've seen. I think my job is to kind of bring them in and kind of let them breathe. Like, okay, in the moment that happened, we got to put it in the past and worry about what's next. What's our next best action, whether that's offense or defense, whether that's drawing up a play, whether that's breaking the press. So hopefully the composure that I have and the direct communication, the clear communication, allows them to move forward with the chaos.
For both of you, how were you able to slow down Nascimento? Was that a game plan that changed during the game, or?
It was a game plan that started before the game. So we didn't do a really good job in terms of her in the first half. So we had a lot of principles that we were trying to connect with, but to me, it looked like from the outside in that they were going to go to her no matter what, that they were going to get her touches no matter what. So we had to disrupt that. The way we disrupted, obviously, was doubling her, putting multiple defenders on her, whether it was long or short, or whether Jacoya here was getting 4 fouls, but, taking them for the team. So I think going in, we knew it was her, but we had to kind of adjust our game plan because the game plan wasn't working to get the ball out of her hands. So, you were out there.
For me, I guarded her. I stopped her when I could, and we did a lot of switching because that's what we worked on all week. And when we switched, our principles were just stick to them. So when we did switch, the person who switched on her, they guarded her, and sometimes we made her turn the ball over, sometimes we made her pass it, but we stuck to what we knew. And when we didn't, she really just passed it, and we just did what Coach told us to do, and I felt like we executed.
Just a little follow-up. Did you get a better look at it from the bench and then be able to come into the game?
Yes, I did. So when I was on the bench and I seen what the other team was doing with her, she'll go away from the ball, come back. I went out there when I did get out there because I had 4 fouls. But I went out there, I told my teammates what I seen from the bench, and then we all came together and we did it. So we executed together as we should.
With that being said, for you, Jacoya, I'm saying it correct?
Yes.
Okay. With that being said, you're coming off the bench with 10 points, and you are a freshman. So, you did have, that fast momentum the first half. It wasn't so much the second half because you did have 4 fouls. But with that being said, how did that feel for yourself as a, official regular season win?
For me, it's my first college game. So for us to get a win as a team, it felt amazing. And for everybody to share the ball like we did and everybody score, and we had better energy that second half. We picked it up, so I felt like I had fun. I scored, the team scored, we all just had fun out there.
Coach, you mentioned the rebounding is very balanced. They had one girl with 12, you had a bunch with 5+. Mm-hmm. Is that something you've worked on in the off-season, something you expect to repeat this year?
Not necessarily work on. I think it's kind of the way we recruited. We wanted longer, more athletic, players that could play all 5 positions. So I think it's a definite advantage in terms of, we're going to put 6'1" and they got to have 5'6". Sometimes we didn't recognize it in transition. They were having to guard down there. We didn't recognize it. But even Jacoya here, she's getting 6 rebounds because she's just more athletic than a lot of players. So that was kind of the goal, not necessarily in terms of how we're teaching it, but what they naturally bring in with their skill set.
Last question for me. So Nacimiento did have 21 points, but then their second player was Natalie Fox, who is a freshman, so she did have a double-double her first of her career. Mm-hmm. So with that being said, what was the game plan for her? Because she did have 7 defensive rebounds. So what was the main goal for her?
Yeah, with her, she was one of their primary post players, so we knew she was going to bang and begin to block a lot. We knew she was going to be in the paint. We worked a lot on our fronting box, so to speak, because we were going to switch a lot, as Jacoya said. So our guards had to front her a lot. That's where some of her offensive fouls came from, was our guards fighting and trying to get in front and having great help side. So, kudos to her. She played great in her first game. A double-double was amazing for a freshman. I'm sure she's going to have a great season for William & Mary. That was great.
For both of you, what's the number one lesson you want this entire team to take from this game?
Number one lesson for the team, I would say, as a team, we just have to have fun because we're so serious in practice. Coach is so serious, but then sometimes we just have to loosen up. I'm talking about myself too, because sometimes I just be so locked in. But then my teammates, they come tap on me, loosen up. So I just say, just have fun.
Yeah. For me, I want them to take away the trust. I think it's huge to come away with a win like that. That just builds trust with each other. It builds trust in the team. It builds trust with the players and the coaching staff. So I want them to take away the trust. We're growing something good. I think at the end of the game, I had 3 freshmen in guarding at the end of the game. So you got to understand, I'm putting them in situations where they got to learn, and we have those conversations with the freshmen. I'll be like, we're asking you to do a lot, but we recruited you for a reason. So I'm really excited for them. But again, what I want them to take away is the trust in each other and the trust in the program.
Any other questions? Okay. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Great answer, Coach.
Good job, Jacoya.